We go from Hamilton, Ontario, down to Houston, Texas. It is time to talk NBA. We went 3-1 on our unders, and look, it's been an atrocious season. But talking about climbing out of a hole, I got down to the lowest mark I've ever been in NBA, and it was just awful. But we're climbing out of it. Never too late to get hot. We've cashed 8 of our last 10. And I want more. I want more badly. We cashed those Celtics unders so easily, and we were fortunate to cash the full game under in Denver, Phoenix. We are 6-2 this week in NBA, 8-2 over our last 10. Let's keep it rolling, and we have just the man for the job. Please welcome from Houston, Texas, LJ from H-Town to the show. LJ, what up?
What's going on, Jimmy? How we doing this evening, sir?
We are doing well. My son saw the background of your shot and started immediately sobbing. What happened to LJ? He's screaming, what happened to LJ? Where the fuck is LJ?
Hey, man, I'm on a disclosed location. You know, it's private, but we still going to handle our business today. It's not an issue. Got to get to work. So we got some good games today. You know, we got some Game 6 elimination games. So let's talk about it.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. My son is worried sick about you, man. He's trying to get in here. He's worried sick about you. All right, let's get to work. LJ from H-Town in the house. Let's go. He is very concerned, though. I'm going to tell him you're fine. I'm going to tell him everything's okay, but he knows something's up, man. He knows something's up.
Just tell him I'm fine.
We start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, East semifinals, Game 6. Carlos Garcia, to get us started, says, I don't give a fuck what the spread is, plays Knicks money line.
Whoa.
Knicks money line. And there's our guy, Burn One, with the Vietnamese flag. Thank you. Knows my family's half of Vietnamese. Harold Williams in the house. Dabby Cab. All right, let's go. We are in the Kasaya? I don't even know how to pronounce it. But no longer FTX Arena in Miami, Florida. East semifinals, Game 6. This one is so much fun to cap. Unfortunately, I have futures on both of the teams that are down 3-2, and this is not the conference finals. So if this was conference finals, it'd be very easy. Yeah. You parlay the Heat and the Lakers money line. So if everything goes wrong, you get paid. But sadly, this is the semifinals of the conference, and it makes it very tough. Johnny K says Knicks cover tonight, but might be too much for the money line. Burn One, though, Knicks +7, sprinkling Knicks money line. Harold Williams says Knicks are done. Let's start with the line history here in NBA first and foremost. Get into the cash flow. Set the table up for LJ from H-Town. Here we go. Knicks, Miami. It's been a very fun series. We knew who would step up in a New York Knicks uniform, and it was Jalen Brunson. Played all 38 minutes or 48 minutes in that game. Knicks opened up at +4.5. They're now at 6, +6. It got to 6.5 less than an hour ago. It lasted there for 15 minutes before it came back to 6. Wow. Let's go over to the total. Total opened up at 209, and it's dropped to 206.5. Wild. 206.5. BJ saying that parlay is +148. I can't do it. It's just, it doesn't make sense here in the semis to do it. I'm not going to. I've got to just let these futures ride. They were not as big as my NHL futures, and you know, if they fall apart, they fall apart. Saturated says still a 6.5 here. Troy Torrance, who cashed very easily yesterday with the Celtics and the Nuggets, says here's the most applicable trend for these spots in his opinion. Home faves in Game 6 off a loss, down. Is that what do you mean? 3-2 in a series, 10-3 straight up, 6-7 against the spread. You don't mean down 3-2 in a series because these home faves are both up 3-2 in the series. Can you let me know about that, Troy, if I'm reading that wrong? This series has been played at 93.60 possessions a game, up 3-2. Okay, there it is. Up 3-2 in a series, 10-3 straight up, but 6-7 against the spread. That's very interesting. The series being played in 93.60 possessions a game. It's funny because the Heat in the playoffs are the only team in the entire playoffs playing right now that have had a faster pace in the playoffs than they did in the regular season. And I am concerned betting unders with them. Very concerned with the way they're shooting from outside with Gilbert and Strus. This is not, Gilbert and Strus, they're not going to lock anybody up defensively. They're only there to hit threes. Rant says he thinks that the Knicks are done today. Tell me you didn't just say that on Jimmy Butler over 1.5 steals at -130. Mike M says Scotty Foster against spread playoff since 2016, 6-1 for the road team in Game 6, 4-1 in Game 6 for the team that won Game 5. I like those stats very much, Mike. The series, though, being played at 93.6 possessions a game. The Knicks playing in the playoffs at 93.10 possessions a game. Let's go over to the cash flow and see if that will enlighten us here as to the moves. 72% of tickets on the Heat, 85% of cash on the Heat, and the market moving in the Heat's direction. That gets us started. From a total standpoint, 61% of tickets on the under, 94% cash on the under, and it's a very low under. Very low. Knicks come in off a massive 112-103 win at home over the Heat in Game 5 at MSG to keep their season alive. The Heat and the Lakers, coming up next, have won every home game through the playoffs. Neither team has lost at home in the playoffs, but Jalen Brunson is the only player man enough to step up to Jimmy Butler. There is just one man who can look at Jimmy Butler and say, let's go. And that man's name is Jalen Brunson. 38 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, played every second. RJ Barrett went for 26. Julius Randle, 24, but 5 boards, 5 assists. Butler held under 25 points for the first time in the postseason. 19 points, 9 assists, 7 boards. Bam went for 18 and 8. Duncan Robinson, Strus, these guys, I never know when they're going to heat up. But they were just 13 of 43 from 3. Are they regressing to the mean from 3? Let's hear what LJ has to say and how LJ is getting paid. Take it away, Knicks Heat from an undisclosed location somewhere. Texas. Take it away, East Semis, Game 6.
Yeah, Jimmy. I got the Heat winning this game by +4, 106-102. It's pretty even for the most part. They're pretty much shooting the same, 30% from the 3. They're both are getting around 19 to 20 free throws, and the points in the paint is 44-43. Now, the rebounds is where the Knicks have the advantage at +6, 46-40. And most of those are offensive rebounds trying to get extra possessions. Now, they're coming back to Miami. And Miami, as you just mentioned, they've been playing well at home, and they shoot the ball better at home as well. And that's one of the reasons why Miami is trending the way they are in these playoffs, because they were one of the lowest teams scoring in the NBA in the regular season. They have lifted their scoring probably +15 points. And they're hitting the 3 at around 35 to 36%. And especially at home, well, I did the numbers that they're shooting 34% from the free throw line in 6 of the home games that they played in the playoffs. They're averaging 110 points. The Knicks are shooting 27% on the road in their 5 road games. So that's going to be the difference tonight. I don't believe the Knicks can shoot and keep up with Miami's firepower. You just mentioned they have Strus, they have Vincent, they even have Kyle Lowry coming off the bench. All these guys can produce points. And the Knicks, I just think they're hampered because they have to depend on Brunson to initiate the offense. You got RJ Barrett that just shows up every now and then. And then you got Josh Hart. He went to the bench, I think, the last game, but he was averaging around 10, 8, and 4. But if he gets out of that lineup, I think he was dealing with an injury, because he's had 2 bad games in a row. I don't think the Knicks have the roster, and I don't think they'll have the manpower to keep up with Miami. Quickly is not in the lineup as well. He wasn't very important off that bench. So what I'm getting at is the Knicks bench is only giving you 14 points a game in the playoffs. Miami's bench is giving you 31 points. That's the difference in the game. That's going to be the difference tonight. Miami should take care of business. I see the Knicks only averaging 96 points on the road in the 5 playoff games. I don't see them getting to 100. Like I said, Miami's trending over 100. They spread the wealth around. Like I said, it's just all about a couple of guys getting hot. Jimmy Butler's going to put everybody in great position. You know, he's a dog. We all know that. He's a competitive person that we can trust that he can pull out this game tonight at home versus the Knicks. Because I say the Knicks, the 2 games that they won, they shot 40% from the 3-point line, and they shot what was the other one they shot? I'm sorry. They shot 38% from the free throw line. I mean, 3-point line. So those 2 games the Knicks won, they shot a great percentage from the 3. Let's see them do it on the road in this game 6 elimination game. I don't think they can. Now, my pick was I had took the under 208. I believe that's what it opened up at, right, last night. I believe I took it at 208. Then you say it's dropped to 206 now. So I'm not going to make that official for the show because that is too low. I really believe it's too low because I think Miami could get hot. You see what I'm saying? And they could take that 206 over. Now, 208 is what I would have played. You see what I'm saying? Because when I did the numbers, they're averaging that low because I'm considering how the Knicks shoot bad from the 3-point line. So for my play, I'm going to take Miami minus the 6. I think they cover. I think they take care of business. The Knicks, like I said, I just think they're going to run out of gas tonight. And it was fitting that they won that home game, the last game, because, you know, teams don't like to lose in the playoffs at home in front of their home fans. They rather lose on the road. Now, that didn't work well for the Suns last night because they got completely embarrassed at home. And my future for that series, I read that completely wrong. But I didn't predict that Chris Paul was going to get hurt. I think he was a major factor in that series, and that's why Denver was able to take control. But that's neither here nor there. We're on to another day. Before it's this game, Miami minus the 6 is my play.
You got it. Heat minus 6 at minus 108. A lot of action here from the chat. I don't know what to do. I'll tell you that straight up. Look, I got the Knicks 33-1 to win the conference, 101 to win the chip. And look, I'm not sitting here expecting the chip or anything. I would just love a chance to hedge with those huge numbers, you know? And this isn't one. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, I'm not going to put a parlay together with the Heat and the Lakers money line, but it's plus 148 if I want to do that. That's not enough either. And I didn't risk enough to put myself in danger. So that's the situation. Let's take a look at what's happening here in the chat. Alvin Smith on the Heat first quarter. Alvin Smith also liking the Warriors to take care of business tonight. BJ says Warriors finna get packed up. Braun knows this is their game 7. He says Knicks are done. Alvin Smith said Knicks not a good 3-point shooting team at all. Joe Yurkovich, Strus over 12.5 points. It's consistency in this series. And our guy Durrell gave that out on Wednesday, 11.5, and that cashed comfortably. Andrew G's going to put the Heat in as a parlay piece on the money line. Not going to mess with the points. Dizzy Rothstein, Knicks first half money line. DC Capper, thank you for sharing your MLB action. We'll go over that. Troy Torrance says it looks like the Knicks win, but don't cover to me. But Scotty Foster being there got me thinking New York money line. Tell me he didn't just say that is Brunson over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Says got to eat some juice, but at 4 or 5, played 48 minutes last game. He's going to play at least 40 outside of a blowout or foul trouble. Wine Time Sports is on the under 207 and a half. And there you go. By the way, Carlos Garcia teabag play of the day's Knicks first half and Jay's first 5. Okay, let's move on to game 2 in game 1. LJ's on the Heat, minus 6 at minus 108. 10 p.m. Eastern is next up. West semifinals, game 6. LA Lakers leading the series 3-2. Warriors, Lakers at crypto. Warriors were the fastest team, a pace per play, per possession this year. 102.54 possessions a game. And this year in the playoffs, they're almost exactly at that, 102.46. The Lakers were 4th at 101.92, and they're playing 100.28. And this series is being played at 100.40 possessions of play. So it's not much. BJ says, don't forget Wiggins has broken. Well, they're not broken as far as we know, right? We have fractured coastal cartilage fracture in his rib cage. So it's not broken. The question is, will he be able to play? And do we have an answer to that at this point, LJ? Do we?
No, I haven't looked anything up to see if he's available.
I have been looking things up, but at this point, I believe there's no answer. And, I want to think that he's going to be out there, but we don't know. But he's listed as questionable. He's not listed as doubtful. I imagine that he will play. Rand saying that Wiggins more important than Clay, and Troy Torrance says the AD will play. Yes, he was taken out of the arena in a wheelchair, in a blanket, and a wig. But Grandma Davis is okay. That was just for fun, for show, for laughs, for gags. Miss Doubtfire will be in the lineup. Don't worry about her. She'll be there. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. Golden State Warriors, LA Lakers. The Lakers opening up at -2.5. They're now -3, a half-point move towards them. From a total perspective, this opened up at 223 and it's dropped to 220. Take a look at the cash flow for this one. We have on the total 61% of the tickets, 95% of cash on the under. And it's a big move to the under. I don't want to get in now, but it feels like that's a sharp look. Also, look, we cashed them all yesterday. That always happens in NBA betting. Everybody sees one thing cash, and then they want to go right back to the well, feeling like they missed out. For the side here, 48% of the tickets are on the Lakers and 68% of cash. So it does feel like the Lakers is the sharp action. It does feel like the under is the sharp action. Warriors coming off a comfortable 121-106 win at home in Game 5 to keep their season alive. We've seen the Warriors step up in situations like this, but this is one difficult foe. And if Andrew Wiggins can't play, obviously they're going to be in big trouble. Sometimes when you have an injury like this in basketball, you simplify your game. And if Wiggins can do that, he can still be very dangerous. Warriors shot 51.1% from the field. 14 turnovers. The big thing was they out-rebounded the Lakers. 48 of 38. Can they do that again? Steph went for 27 points. Surprise, surprise. 99% of the money was on Steph over 39 points. Wiggins went for 25. We talked about his issues. We haven't talked about how bad Clay has been. 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 10 points in Game 5. Since his performance in Game 2, where he was excellent, 8 of 11. Thompson is 8 of 24, 33% in past 3 games. Curry in the past 3 games gone 10 for 35. Looney 8 boards off the bench. Draymond Green had boards. It's a far cry from Looney's 23 rebounds in Game 1. So the Lakers, we know LeBron is going to come to play. 25 points, 9 boards. We know Miss Doubtfire will be fine. He played 32 minutes before they put the blanket on him and wheeled him out of trouble. Now, the question is, we watched LeBron come back from 3-1 in the most spectacular playoff performance that some of us have ever seen.
Yep.
Can Steph Curry pay him back? Can Klay Thompson step up in LA? Where his dad, Sean, where his family, his brother plays baseball. I mean, it wouldn't put it past Klay to step up here, but he certainly hasn't shown anything. But remember, Game 2 was here. So I'm all ears. Take it away for us, LJ. Rob Greer in the house. Great to see you. Coin says the dynasty comes to an end tonight. Take it away for us, LJ.
Yeah, man. There's some interesting storylines in this game. AD's health. Will he be effective on the way he went out last game? We don't know that. LeBron's ankle. I don't know if anybody remembers. He kind of tweaked his ankle that last game too. So that's something else to be watching for. And of course, Wiggins, as you just mentioned, we don't know if he's going to be in lineup considering his rib issue. So those players right there are what we're going to be watching tonight. But as far as how these teams match up in this Game 6, like I said, it's going to come down to 3-point shooting and free throws. The Lakers been leading the league all year in free throw attempts and made. They're leading the series right here. 20 free throws out of 26 they had coming into game 5. They had 12 out of 15. The Warriors had 14 out of 15 free throws made, but we see Steve Kerr complaining about the flopping that the Lakers are doing, getting all these calls, going to the free throw line. But we do know, as we followed the NBA throughout the year, the Warriors were the worst team in committing fouls and not getting to the free throw line. So you're only basically showing what you've been doing in the regular season, just like I mentioned with the Lakers. They dominated the free throw line all season, and they're showing it in this series. Now, the three-point shooting is where I have concern with the Lakers because they're only shooting around 28 to 29%. The Warriors are shooting 37%. So they could get hot at any time. I believe that will come into play tonight. Now, as far as the side, I am going to ride the Golden State Warriors first half. I don't know what the number is. You can give me a good number on that because they're 3-2 against the spread in the first half in this series. They're 5-3-1 against the spread in their last 9 first halves on the road, including the Kings playoff game series as well. So I'm going all the way back to the first game of this playoff series. Now, the Lakers have been too shabby either. They're 4-2 against the spread, their last 6 at home, the first half. So they've been playing well, but they're only 2-3 against the spread in the first half in this series. So I believe the Warriors will come out with a sense of urgency tonight. They know it's do or die. They are a veteran team. Now, you mentioned the Lakers have not lost a home game in this playoffs. I get that. That is a true statement. Now, in game 4, I believe the Warriors possibly should have won that game because the Lakers had 20 of 20 from the free throw line. They had 20 points from the free throw line, but they really didn't do anything else, So those were the points that they were generating. Now, the Warriors were a couple of possessions away from winning that game. So I believe that they're going to remember that. They're going to come back into this road game, and they're going to make some key adjustments. I don't mind Wiggins being out because I think the Warriors have the experience to overcome that for this game. And like I said, I'm a guy that rides the trend until the trend ends. Golden State Warriors have won 28 straight playoff games on the road in a series. Now, it could have been the one game 4 that they should have won. It could have been that road game right there. So I'm not saying that it's going to be this one, but I'm just riding the trend because they haven't won a road game in this series yet. This is their last one. So let's see if the Warriors can continue that trend. So I'm on the Warriors first half, and I'm on the +3 full game. Now, I'm going to sprinkle the money line, but I'm not making it official because they probably will lose by a possession. You get what I'm saying? But I'm going to take the points because I do believe it will be a close game. I think Steph Curry will show up as the MVP top 10 player that I feel he is. 32 points. He's averaging on the road in these 6 road games in the playoffs, averaging 4 3-pointers made. Now, my record, I believe, Jimmy, has been tainted because I take a lot of props, and those props have been hurting my record. So I'm just going to take one prop today, and it's Steph Curry. I think, what is his points? Over 32 and a half, 31? I don't know what his points is. Somebody could put it in the chat for me, but I'm taking Steph Curry's points because I do believe they have to ride him out in this elimination game. I don't expect Klay Thompson to do too much. I don't expect any other players to do. They can play their roles, Draymond Green, people like that. But I just feel Steph Curry is going to have to make an impactful statement tonight for these Warriors to continue this series. So, Warriors first half, Warriors +3 full game.
We're going to get most bet prop tonight. Mike M says Curry over 31.5 points. Can we get some juice there? -105 from Billy Friedrich over 31.5 points. I have this question here. You say that, if Wiggins is out, they're deep enough to handle it. Who will defend LeBron if Wiggins is out?
Hey, man, it'll be a collective effort. I trust Steve Kerr will make the proper adjustments and put some bodies where he needs to. Now, I'm depending on them to have a great shooting night. If they're not hitting their 3, then all bets are off. I'm just trusting that the Warriors are going to be efficient from the 3 and stop the Lakers from dominating the paint because that's where they're dominating in the paint. But like we say, AD shows up sometime. He doesn't show up sometime. And the penetration is getting those free throw attempts for the Lakers. So as long as the Warriors can stay out of foul trouble and also keep the turnovers down, they're averaging probably around the same amount of turnovers, and points off turnovers are at 20. So both teams are probably really sloppy with the ball. But in situations is where I'm going to pay attention to who makes the right play. Now, I understand Wiggins is hurt. I get it. But I say AD's hurt, hobbling a little bit. So I say on both sides they have issues with bodies. So it's all about the war of attrition, as we know in the NBA. That's what it's about. It's overcoming adversity. And the Warriors have been in this situation before. Not to say LeBron hasn't, but I'm riding with the Warriors because 28 straight series, they won a playoff road game. So I have to ride that trend until the end.
I love it. And it does give me hope that I can, stay alive here. There's, Burn One says that Medea is not hurt, and that she's fine, but we'll have to see here. There is rumors about LeBron's foot as well. Mm-hmm. Let's bring on our hottest NBA capper, fresh off sweeping the board yesterday. Please welcome a man known for his sweet tea tits, Jose One Hole, Three Fingers Bouquet. Jose, your thoughts on either one of these Giant games?
I'll give you thoughts on this Lakers game because no one gives a fuck about the Heat's Knicks game. No. I hope Scott Foster does his job and extends that series, but no one gives a fuck about that series. Lakers, Warriors, the series that it's legacy defining for one LeBron James here because LeBron James is just gotten owned by Wardell for his entire career.
Oh,
and I'd hate for Wardell to win this series and give me more ammunition on my fire that Wardell Stephen Curry is better than one Kobe Bean Bryant, the 11th best player in basketball history, compared to the 10th best basketball player in NBA history. I'd love all this. And guess what? The narratives, and I just got the facts from the league office. We're getting 7 games. How are we not getting 7 games in this series? How are we not? The NBA loves this shit. We need it badly here. And LeBron James will do everything he can to win this basketball game. But Medea will not be there to help him. He'll get clipped in the head with an elbow, an errant elbow from Draymond Green. He'll go, and then fall apart here. And he'll get wheelchair off again. Warriors win this game. Draymond Green has his best game as a Warrior in, since that game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers where he magically scored 30 points and had like 8 threes in one game. I think he has a big game here tonight. I think Clay's corpse gets revived for one game. He sleeps and lies in wait for game 6s as he always does. Is he washed up now? Yes. Is he not good anymore? Yes. But we only need him for one basketball game, and the Warriors win tonight in Los Angeles. This is the only team that's been up 3-2 and has been favored so far. I'm not counting the Heat, obviously, because that series doesn't count. But the Nuggets were underdogs last night. Your Celtics, they were favored, but whatever. That's not fitting the narrative. And we're going to win this basketball game here. So Warriors win this game. I can't wait to watch it because I hate both of these teams, and I just want both of them to suffer.
You want them on the money line or the spread?
I'll take them. I'll take them the money line here, no problem. We'll extend the 2-0 NBA capper streak to 3-0. And, of course, Jimmy, while I'm here, come on. We saw them fold up like flapjacks last night. 0 for 8 in fourth quarter for threes. I listed off the entire Doc Rivers resume for everyone to see. I said it, 3 2s blown, 3 1s blown, just everything you want blown. and he's going to blow me from behind here
Oh.
in Game 7. So Doc Rivers folds here again. The Celtics win. The Celtics are the balls here, and this is going to be a rare parlay for the kid here. Warriors, Celtics parlay together, money lines, because the Celtics, they're 7-point favorites. What could possibly go wrong? It's not like they've lost the 7-point favorites at home this season already. The Celtics win this game. Joel Embiid leaves Philadelphia, and the city of Philadelphia goes into fucking shambles.
I don't know about all that.
Guillermo Zertucci is interested in booking your action, Jose. So
Guillermo, I don't want to take Emilio's wedding money from you, Guillermo. I don't want to do that to you because I'm the hottest NBA capper in all of the internet. They'd say 2-0 my last 2. LJ, I can't argue that.
Well, let's keep it going because I'm on the Warriors too, brother. Let's go.
I'm in good company. Exactly.
Let's do it.
I'm not stressing. No sweat from these palms.
Hey,
Those sweats only dedicated on Sunday when I have to watch Joel Embiid pray for fouls.
By the way, Guillermo, I did have to send 100 American to our friend Kevin Reed, which was painful. And it was 142 Canadian. So
damn. He's got a hella Crocs to buy after that now. Wow.
Okay, but G does want to take your action if that interests you. Bo Jackson says you're hotter than dog shit.
Yeah, that's hot. That's piping hot coming out of an animal.
Wow, I didn't realize it was so hot.
When you pick up dog shit, you figure that out.
Wow.
yes.
I know Jimmy doesn't have a dog, so I know he doesn't know what this is like.
No, I don't. And I told you when I did gather up dog shit from the park and light it on fire in front of my friend's house, he came out and called the police.
Well,
It's kind of bitch that salad eater is. All right. Jose on the Warriors money line plus 138. LJ on the Warriors first half plus 1 half minus 106. Full game plus 3 minus 102. And the over Curry over 31.5 points at minus 102.
Man, you guys would be pissed if I started paying you guys in Venezuelan dollars. Start making bets. I'll give you 100 Venezuelan. It's like $2 American. You guys would be fucked.
Mike M says I could have got away sending 100 Canadian. I didn't know. I didn't know that was an option. No, I stopped using Sports Insights. I started using Action Network for a tenth of the price because all I'm looking, same company, same numbers. So wow. I stopped.
That's a big change.
Yeah, it's
because it used to be pay the most money and get the best data, but no, it makes sense since they're the same company.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense anymore. But
are you just like no more splitting it up with the homies?
Well, they want to wait till football season's back on. They're
fair.
Whatever. All right, great stuff from Jose. Stay with us here, but our man LJ, I know you got to run, so I don't want to keep you any longer than you have to be here. But thank you so much for your action here. LJ's on the Heat -6, -108. He's doubled up on the Warriors first half and full game, and he's on Curry over 31.5 points. Let me just say this to you, LJ. I hope you are right. Please be right, Jose. Please be right. Please be right. LJ, my man, please follow LJ on Twitter at LJ Sports Media. LJ, any last words for our capper supporting the show? And Jose, stay with us before we put a bow on this.
Hey, no, man, just keep supporting, everybody in the chat. Show me love every time I come on, man. I love the support. People hit me up on Twitter, thanking me for my plays. I've made them some money. So I'm just going to continue to keep doing hard work, man, and giving you the research and giving you my data on how I break down these NBA games. And I'm thankful that you've allowed me to do this on your platform. So much love to you, Jimmy. Jose, appreciate you too, sir. We're going to ride tonight. Hopefully we cash, And hey, let's just keep getting this money, Jimmy. So till then, sir, I will be with you next Friday. And let's keep it going.
Respect, my friend. There he is, LJ from H-Town. Morgan Spooner says, why Jose making so much sense? Look at that.
Now that LJ's gone, let's have the conversation. Where was LJ? Was he in fact in a Panera bathroom?
I don't think it was a Panera bathroom because it was quiet.